Hello everybody, this is Nate with the STS Guys bringing you another action figure unboxing. Concluding our SDCC 2019 coverage, I've got my final pickup here, the NECA 2019 exclusive Superman vs. Aliens 2-pack. This is kind of a sister pack to the Batman vs. Predator 2-pack. I couldn't pass these up when I saw them released. These have been teased for a while. We didn't think we were going to get them. Then all of a sudden NECA decided to release them at the last minute for Comic-Con. I'm so happy they did. These 2-packs are really, really awesome. And yeah, let's get into the unboxing here, and enough about me talking about it. These boxes are pretty simple. On the front of the box, you have a Superman symbol, you have the alien symbol. It says DC 20th Century Fox, ages 17 and up, and that's about it. On the bottom, you get some, just basic disclaimers here, but there's nothing on the back, nothing on the sides, nothing on the top. This is a window style box, however you will notice that I've already pre-unpackaged this, but you can kind of get an idea. It's a basic window package. Looks really cool. I like the way they did that. So if you're not like me and you don't want to open it, that's totally okay too. You can keep it on your shelf just like that. It looks well. But here is our 2-pack, and I am really impressed with this 2-pack. It came out better than I could have expected. I've kind of already untied a lot of this. It comes with a bunch of ties, things that hold it down. I took all that off to try to make this a little bit more efficient. So let's go ahead and get into the review, or the unboxing at least, and I can show you what these figures look like up close. We'll go ahead and start with this Superman. And he comes really nicely packaged, and he does have a fabric cape, which I'll show you here in just a second. But getting up close look at this Superman, he looks awesome. I really like the bright paint. It's one of the first things that kind of pop out. And also the very muscular kind of sculpt they've gone with for the Superman. He's big, he's beefy, he looks really awesome. He looks like kind of like that sort of Dark Knight Returns style Superman. I'm not as familiar with some of his older comics, but I really like the way that this came out. There's also some blue kind of in his hair randomly, and I think that's really kind of trying to get some like comic style shading with paint. But I really like the way his hair came out. They got that definite, Clark Kent swoop right in the front there. Nice and slicked back. I like the detail on his face. It looks nice. It came out really well. He looks kind of pissed off, sort of serious. Get the classic Superman symbol here right in the front. His belt is molded on, and his trunks are molded on here. And then, yeah, like I said, you get some great sculpting. You can see, his abs, his muscles here, all the way down into his boots. You get the classic boots for Superman, kind of those high water, or I don't know, high top boots. And in the back, you have this really nice fabric cape, and this came out really well. It's a very thin material, so it's not too heavy. It won't weigh the figure down. I love how it's fabric. I wasn't sure if these were going to be fabric or plastic, but I'm actually really glad they came out fabric. And then obviously you get the Superman symbol right on the back of his cape. This came out great though. I really like this set. Very happy with how the Superman turned out. And if you guys haven't seen the Batman 2-pack, you should check that one out because this is a good Superman to go along with that. NECA scale tends to be a little bit bigger, usually about 7-inch, 1/10 scale. So I had to get both to make sure I had a Superman and a Batman that went together. But you do get some cool accessories with this Superman. So you get this extra head sculpt. And you'll notice he's got a big hole where his eyes should be, and that's by design. He comes with a cool, you probably saw already, but he comes with some accessories that take advantage of that to really show the power of Superman and his laser eyes. This one's pretty similar to the other one. You got the nice swoop in his hair. It doesn't have that blue tone that I noticed on the first one, but he does look mad. He's showing his teeth there. This came out really well. I like this. So to go along with some of the accessories, you do get these laser eyes effect. So this is, I think, just when the laser is about ready to start shooting out of his eye. So we'll show you how that looks inside the head. And yeah, that looks awesome. I really like how they cut the head out, cut the hole right there, excuse me, and made these kind of slip right in to that. So it really comes out well. It's a great effect piece to go along with Superman. You don't get these a whole lot with Superman figures, surprisingly. Usually you'll see his eyes kind of turning red, but you don't actually get the effects coming out of his head. So I like how they gave this one. And then they gave us a very large effect piece for the same thing, but you can see this one is quite a bit larger, quite a bit longer. It's got kind of an explosion effect here at the end, so it's hitting its target and it's kind of exploding, and this is where it comes out of his head. But very nice, kind of like soft, a harder plastic, sort of see-through, not entirely translucent, but it definitely is a little clear with some red coloring. But let's put that in the additional head sculpt so you can see how it looks. If I can figure out how to get this in there properly. There we go, just like that. So really cool effect piece. This one is huge, but you can really get some nice long angle shots. You know, you could have him shooting that down. You could have him shooting at somebody across. You can really use your imagination of how you want to use that effect piece. I really like how these came out, and it's really cool to add in for a Superman figure to show that laser eye effect. So going along with the accessories here for Superman, he does come with two straight hands for flying poses. So these look nice. They're detailed. You can see a lot of the lines in the hand, and it's just a basic, you know, naked style coloring. But I like how they gave you two of these, so you can really do those fight poses if you want. In addition, you get this really cool alien figure. I don't collect the alien figures much from NECA. I've always seen them. I think they look great. It's just not something I normally go for. But getting one in this 2-pack kind of forces me to look at it and kind of check it out. And I'm actually really impressed by this alien. It looks awesome. Really awesome detail in the sculpt. Tons of detail all throughout the skeleton. You can see the different, you know, parts of his skin. There's raised, kind of ridged part. And then you have more of like the skin stretched out. And you see the abdomen here. It looks like he has like an exposed chest skeleton. Really just nasty looking alien. Tons of great detail. And they did some subtle coloring, some brown, some black, some gray. There's even some purple here in this headpiece. And you can see the head's really nice and long. Classic alien look. I really like how this came out actually. And he is huge. I mean, if I stood this thing up all the way, he would probably be close to 8 inches. It's a very, very big figure. But, you know, the aliens are tall. They're not like human size. They're much bigger. And another cool thing is his tail is posable. So I can bend the tail to really kind of like bend it around. You know, you use your imagination there, but you can use this tail kind of however you want. You can have it coming over his shoulder like he's going to stab somebody, going around the side. It does have articulation. But yeah, really cool effect in the tail there. And the alien doesn't come with any accessories. You know, it's pretty straightforward. It's an alien. It doesn't have a whole lot of accessories that it might come with. But we can quickly cover articulation. So you kind of saw it briefly, but his head goes up, back a pretty good amount actually. Goes forward a good amount. He does have some articulation in his abs, so he can go back like that. He can go forward like that. His arms come out a good amount. They do have double jointed arms, so he can bend his arms really far, excuse me. He's got articulation here in the wrist. Circle all the way around. His arm actually will go all the way around as well. There's no real limitation there. His legs go out about that far. He does have double jointed knees, but just the way they're designed. Oh, yeah, you actually can bend that almost all the way. And then he has no, there's not a pivot there, but there is a rotating joint there. And then his foot back and forward a pretty good amount. He does have individual toe articulation, so that's pretty cool. And then a little bit of pivot. So overall, good articulation for as big of a figure as it is. You can notice he looks a little off center here, so I'm trying to fix that. But he's kind of off to the side, and I think it's just from sitting in the box. But yeah, really great alien figure. I'll go back to Superman real quick so we can cover that articulation as well. I didn't cover him. But he looks up about this far. He looks forward about, oh wow, really good amount. He does have ab bend, so that's about as far back as he goes. But he bends forward pretty far. He's got good movement in his arms, goes up about that far. They can go all the way around, no problem. He does have bicep swivel. His elbows do seem to be double jointed. However, because of the way that this is sculpted, that's about all you're going to get out of his arms. I could probably push that a little bit further. I'm just being really careful. And then he does have some swivel. It's very tight, but just loosening up. He has some swivel in his hips there. His legs go out really far. He could probably do the full splits. Yep. Superman doing the splits, that looks funny. And then he's got double jointed knees. But again, because of how muscular his legs are, they don't go super far. And then he does have pivot front and back in his feet. He does have individual toe pivot, like that. And he has a little bit of actually pretty good sway back and forth. So overall, really happy with this set. Very happy to add this to my collection. I had a pretty epic San Diego Comic-Con. If you guys haven't checked out the rest of my videos, please check out our videos at STS Guys on YouTube. We got some great unboxings. We got all kinds of coverage from when we were at San Diego Comic-Con. We had a great time. Make sure you check us out on Instagram at STS Guys, on Facebook at STS Guys. Facebook at the STS Guys, on Twitter at STS Guys. This has been Nate from the STS Guys. Please give me a big fat thumbs up if you like this video, and thanks for tuning in.